The new issue of the Wrestling Observer newsletter just posted November 6th, 2023 is the date, even though it is not, it is November 3rd right now. I guess November 6th is when it would arrive in people's mailboxes.
Well, and that's optimistic, but
sometimes in life, you have decisions that realistically, taking out emotions, that should be easy. But emotions are a huge part of life, which makes them so difficult. A decision that we've made should be a benefit for everyone who subscribes to this publication. Yet, when you do something a certain way for so long, and it's been so successful historically, it is hard to make changes. In short,
it's hard to follow his train of thought either.
In short, the mail version of the Wrestling Observer newsletter will be no more effective with the December 11th issue.
No, wait a minute. No more. Will be no more effective with he's not sending it out on paper anymore.
Will be no more. I guess that's the way he's, okay.
Yes. Will be no more.
Wrote it like he's in the Wild West. In short, the mail version of the Wrestling Observer newsletter will be no more, comma, should be there, effective with the 12/11 issue. The Observer...
Well, I have one question. What about the female version?
The Observer itself will continue as an online publication, and for the vast majority of you, there will be no real changes, excuse me. Obviously, the online version covers probably 96 to 97% of those of you reading this, and there will be a positive for everyone in some fashion. The print Observer has been something I've been doing for 41 years. With the joining forces with Brian Alvarez in 2008, a decision in hindsight I wish I made years earlier, but a previous attempt at doing the Observer online ended up disastrous, with constantly being lied to about subscriber numbers, and then, as Pro Sports Exchange, the group we worked with, started having financial issues before closing down, it cost me a very significant amount of money. The second partnership has been anything but that, leading to a new wave of popularity and readership levels. In time, as would be expected, the vast majority of the existing readership transferred over because they would get the issues earlier and also would get the 4 news podcasts that I do weekly, as well as the rest of the shows. The website has opened up the ability to have gatherings and personally meet so many of you over the years, which has been so rewarding. Still, the existing print subscribers are people who I've felt so much loyalty to. I felt so much loyalty to that continuing. It's written weird. Even when it no longer made sense economically due to so many postage and print price increases. Whenever I meet a print subscriber, invariably they tell me they've been getting it this way for 20 to 30 years, and in some cases longer than that. I started the Print Observer 41 years ago, and the Observer has been my full-time, and then some, gig since making the key decision nearly 37 years ago of leaving my childhood dream of being a newspaper sports writer and going on this journey. It goes on from there, but it's a pretty big moment. What do you think of the Observer giving up print copies?
Well, there goes my last connection with my ex-friend Dave. Because I will now reveal that, yes, when he decided to stab me in the back and throw me over for the affections or affectations, possibly, of Twinkle Toes and the Buckaroos and their ilk, then I cut contact with him after finally convincing him, as I believe you remember it took a while, to stop emailing me like I hadn't cussed him out and called him a backstabbing traitorous prick. He finally got that message, but he has never taken me off of the comp list for the Wrestling Observer mail edition that I earned when I became a promoter some 30 years ago, and Brian Hildebrand would send the results of our matches into him, because he's been sending it to me for free for that long, and he never cut me off the list. So I have still received, over this past few years or whatever it's been, the mail version of the Wrestling Observer, and now there will be no more of that. So it's almost poetic because in my office closet, the stack of Observers in the last place that I have on that shelf to put them has almost filled up. So when I finish that stack, that'll be the end of it. Son of a gun. And I'll never see another word Dave writes again because I ain't going to get on his fucking website. Because I'm certainly not going to subscribe and pay money for it after the things he's said about me. And to be honest, it won't be as much fun as curling up in bed with a Sprite and the TV on and calmly and leisurely reading the wrestling news on fucking paper like it was goddamn meant to be. And, you know, I had to give up my Rolling Stone subscription several years ago also. They turned that into a goddamn, it looks like Harper's Bazaar now.
Yeah. There aren't that many good print publications left. I support the ones I like.
To read. There is almost nothing good left to read if you don't carry a goddamn computer screen around under your arm all the time. Thankfully, I have enough books in my library that if I lived to be 106, I couldn't read everything that I've got right now all over again. But it's disheartening to hear even Uncle Dave is rolling over and playing dead for this digital online bullshit. Oh, well.
I still get Mojo magazine from England, and they still even include a CD. That's how old-fashioned they are, and that's still great articles and great writers, but it is crazy. And to think that, you are the son of a newsman. Look at the troubles that the news industry's had in the last, longer than Dave. Dave's been able to survive to this point still doing this. Newspapers are a mess right now. Again, it was an advertiser-based model more than as much as it was a subscriber-based model, and Dave's was very different, but
also that's what's led to people being so stupid now. And then it feeds on itself, and that the more you don't read, the stupider you are, and the more you don't read, the less things there are for you to read. So people continue getting more stupid.
Yeah, they talk about how kids get their news now from TikTok. I don't know how aware of TikTok you are, but you read something, whether it's a print newspaper or, to be fair, even an article online, it's one thing. When you're just kind of being told stuff in flash 30-second bits, you're not getting the full story, and also the people telling you shit may not be vetted. It's just anyone.
Well, yeah, besides that, I grew up watching, if I'm going to hear the news, it's going to be told to me by Walter Cronkite on the CBS Evening News. There's important people, learned fucking professionals gathering this shit for me. I wouldn't have listened to a guy named fucking Uncle Arthur on TikTok. That's just, no. What the fuck? How stupid can you be?